Some other news on this Saturday night, a brother now charged with killing his sister and his 2-year-old niece. Police say he stabbed the mother and daughter to death in their West Houston apartment the day after Thanksgiving. ABC 13's Luke Jones is at the Harris County Jail where that man's being held.
The judge has denied to set bail. The charge here, capital murder. The motive, still unclear. What is clear, however, he has an extensive criminal history and only got out of prison last year. At the doorstep of an unspeakable crime, balloons, teddy bears, and heartfelt messages left for 28-year-old Janine Fisher and her 2-year-old daughter's family. Janine's brother, 29-year-old Kendrick Fisher, now charged with stabbing her and her daughter to death Friday morning.
I don't understand hurting your own sister, hurting a woman, hurting another person, period. But what possessed you to hurt this baby?
Records show Kendrick Fisher had gotten out of prison last December after serving a 7-year sentence for armed robbery with extra time tagged on for contraband. For the last few months, family says Janine Fisher had been letting him stay with her at the Knox at West Chase apartments.
A lot of the residents around here would get an eerie feeling from him.
And that includes members of his own family.
He had already beat the hell out of me.
Fisher's mother telling reporters Friday how her son had once attacked her, but friends say there were no signs of ill will between brother and sister.
We could see no red flags. This was just completely out of the blue.
Friday, Fisher's mother says her son was acting completely out of character.
His so-called friends laced him on some fake weed and it him up. So he come home on a rampage.
Around 3:30 that morning, police say they were flagged down and told Janine Fisher and her daughter were being held hostage in their apartment. When officers made it inside, they say they found both dead with multiple stab wounds and a blood-covered brother sleeping on a sofa.
The apartment managers were crying about that. Residents were crying about that.
Emmanuel Thomas's 3-year-old daughter, a frequent playmate of the murdered 2-year-old, a child whose death is just as perplexing as it is horrifying.
She was defenseless. She can't do anything. She posed no threat to you. That's what I and a lot of other people are wondering.
Wondering and asking questions. Police say only one man can answer. Luke Jones, ABC 13, Eyewitness News.
All right, people, check this out. So you heard what the newscast had to say, and tragic situation. You got 2 people gone, 2 people, no longer with us because of one maniac who decided to delete his sister and her daughter, his niece. Here's the deal. I don't know how you guys feel about criminals. I don't know how you feel about crime, but me, personally, from the way I was raised, I deal with criminals a very specific way. I deal with criminal family members a very specific way. I don't know if you guys have criminal family members, but if you do, the way I was brought up, if there was a criminal in the family, we'll see you when you get out of jail. Oh, you want to call? We'll talk to you when you get out of jail, right? We didn't visit jailbirds. We didn't collect calls from jailbirds. We're not putting nothing on your books, right? We'll see you when you get out. You need to handle your business in jail. That's number one. Number 2, when you get out of jail, go ahead and stay at that halfway house. Go ahead and stay at the homeless shelter or wherever. You sleeping under a bridge, it builds character, and you need a lot of it. See, the way we looked at it was, if you do a crime and you get 5 years in prison, let's just say, when you do your 5 years, all you did was the time required for the crime committed. You haven't paid your debt to society. You pay your debt to society when you get out and you struggle and you scrape and you scramble and you strive against all odds to rebuild your life and build the character you didn't have in the first place. That's the debt to society that has to be paid. So we're not helping you. You might think, oh, yeah, that's cold. You got a 5-year prison sentence. You got a 2-year prison sentence. You got an X year prison sentence. You need help. and we can't give it to you. Obviously, you didn't get what you needed growing up. So we're going to help you now. Tough love, that whole deal. What that did was it told people in our family who decided to commit crime, you're on your own and we're going to let you drown. If you want to be a part of this family, if you want to be a part of society, you'll act right. Otherwise, goodbye, sink or swim. Okay, it's cold. It's a very cold method of dealing with people, but it keeps criminals in their place. And what it prevents is situations like this. You have a situation where a man who, by the newscaster's account, has an extensive criminal history. This guy gets out of prison after some extended period of time because they said he's only just now getting out of prison last year. So I'm going to assume he did some sort of extensive time in jail on top of that criminal history. He gets out of jail and he's living with his sister. While living with his sister, according to his mom, his friends gave him like some fake weed and he came home in a rampage and he deleted his sister and his niece. And at some point in time, not necessarily, this same point in time, at some point in time, this man jumped on his own mother. Okay, I don't know when that happened, but as the sister who eventually got deleted, why would you take a man in who jumped on your mother? That lets you know that he is not loyal to his own blood. That lets you know if a man's own mom is not safe from his craziness, no one's safe. And let me just go ahead and say, I don't give anybody the mental illness excuse. I don't do that whole mental health. You ain't mentally unstable. If I point a gun at you and like, let's say you're going through one of your mental episodes and I point a gun at you and I say, I got all the Ritalin you need over here. I'll calm you down real quick. If you recognize what's being said, if you recognize the danger that you're now in and you stop, guess what? You ain't crazy. I know real crazy people. You point a gun at them and they'll think it's a piece of cake. I know real crazy people. So unless you're acting like that, you're not crazy. You've just been enabled. Hence the whole story I told you about how me and my family deal with criminals. Oh, apparently we messed up raising you. So let us go ahead and give you some tough love and show you how the real world operates. So I don't give anybody the excuse of being crazy. I don't care that you're crazy. Get your life together or go die in the gutter, right? So this man, crazy or not, he jumped on his mom at some point. Now his sister is having mercy on him. And according to one of the neighbors, everybody in the apartment complex got the heebie-jeebies from this guy. Okay, people, if there is somebody in your life, whether you know them personally, whether they're just around the neighborhood, if you get a bad vibe about that person, that doesn't mean that you're right. But guess what? Doesn't mean that you're wrong. It is part of your fight or flight reflex to get a bad feeling about certain people from the way they walk, from the way they talk, from what they do say, what they don't say, how do they dress when they go out the house. In case you guys didn't know, when you are a police officer, to which I'm not, when you're a cop, one of the first ways that you know, well, it used to be that a police officer would know right away if you were mentally unhinged by how you dress. Because mentally well people care about how they present themselves. They care about how their hair looks. They care about how their clothes look. They care about did they bathe. They care about, did they brush their teeth. They care. So when you see that person who's walking around looking wild and unkept, you know something might be wrong with them right away. Now, I don't know if they teach police officers this in today's day and age because the police are very quick to just pop anybody. But back in my day, that was one of the sure, tried and true methods of knowing if a person was all there. So that's that. When you're dealing with people, and like the guy said, everybody got the heebie-jeebies from this guy. Everybody got a bad vibe. That's your fight or flight reflex kicking in, telling you something's wrong with this person. It's telling you, like you go to the mall. Everybody has gone to the mall. Everybody has gone out, in a bout, maybe to a festival or something like that, and you don't know any of those people there except the people you went with. Everybody walks to where they're going, and they have a particular way they walk. Everybody, even if they're just there to take in the sights and do nothing, they do nothing with purpose. But you'll see a person who looks suspicious amongst that sea of people. Why do they look suspicious? Your mind is telling you this person does not walk. This person does not look around. This person is not acting normal. There's something off about him. Yeah, there's plenty of people standing around, but the way he's standing around is just slightly different. That's what people pick up on. And I'm not an FBI agent, so I can't tell you all about body language, but I can tell you, you inherently know when something's not right, when someone stands out because of some unknown reason. You don't seem to fit here, and I can't quite place it. That's why you get that bad feeling. You get that bad vibe. So nobody knew what was up with this guy. And like the guy who gave the interview said, we didn't see this coming. It came straight out of the blue, even though he also said that this dude gave everybody a bad vibe. When you deal with people like that, when you see people like that, avoid them. You have to avoid people like that. If you get a bad vibe, I said it in a previous video, racism will keep you alive. Prejudice will keep you alive. Sexism will keep you alive. Bigotry can keep you alive. If you know that this person gives you a bad vibe, avoid them. Now, this is a bad situation, but luckily, the guy said that his daughter or his niece or whatever was playmates with the assailant, with the murderer's niece. So luckily it wasn't, multiple people outside of this family that was, taken out, right? I don't want to say thankfully, but it's like, thankfully it was just that man exercising his crazy on his own family and nobody else got caught up into this. But guys and girls, whoever's watching this, please understand. Let people suffer the consequences of their foolishness. If you have a jailbird in your family, let them rot in jail and let them fix their own life. When they get out of jail, let them pay their debt to society by not living at your house. It don't matter what you got to do to get back on your feet. You're the jailbird, especially if this person is crazy. His mom said he got laced up with some bad weed. You're out of jail. Why are you smoking dope? And as the sister who unfortunately got deleted, why are you allowing your jailbird brother to smoke dope? Okay, I don't think he was smoking the dope in the house, so let me correct that. But if he's coming home drunk, if he's coming home high, if he's keeping odd hours, you got to put him out, and you got to keep your daughter safe. Your first and only allegiance is to your daughter, who unfortunately joined you in death, because you wanted to tolerate your jailbird brother who jumped on your mother at some point in time, right? There's not really a lot to say about this. I mean, I guess I could go on forever. You guys can get in the comments and probably do this better justice than what I can, because there's probably a lot that I'm missing. This is a bad situation, and I'm a cold-hearted person. I don't help people. I don't help criminals. You need to put your life together, because I ain't a criminal and I want to smack somebody every day, but I can't because I'll go to jail. So that guy didn't make good decisions, and a lot of other people suffered for it. Thank God, it was relegated to his family, but it's very unfortunate. So for you guys, just, listen to that sense in your gut that tells you to avoid weirdos, and don't help jailbirds. Don't help drug addicts. Let them sort their life out, because they will take you down with them. They don't care about themselves, so they certainly don't care about you, even if it's family. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll get at you on the next one. Peace.